Okay, if you want to reset the whole thing because it got messed up, the first thing you want to do is you want to go into the set mode. You're supposed to hold down the clear key and then hit the reset button with a paper clip. Wait till it comes up reset. Now it's deleted all the information off of the entire computer board. First thing it's going to tell you to do is set the month, day, and year, which today's 11, 17, 11, and then you click OK. OK will take you down through the process of programming. And then of course you need to put in the time. I think it is 3:45, let's say. And I'll show you how to come back and review that later. You want to make sure that you hit an AM or a PM. Again, hit OK. It's not important to do the zones unless you want it to automatically come on. Otherwise, just leave the zones and the Astro and the Holiday blank, because we're going to be using the photo cell. So then what you want to do is you want to program your switches. You have two switches here. You have one for the pole and one for the building. You enable one at a time. As you can see, the building is enabled and I have the pole off. So I'm going to start by programming the building lights. So I'm going to hit the program key. It's going to take me over to the days of the week. You can program individual days, or you can program all days, all 7 days a week. So you hit 0 and you press OK. Now it asks you what time you want the building lights to switch on. Currently we open at 10 a.m. Then you click OK. Then it'll ask what time do you want it to switch off. Again, we want the building lights to turn off at 10 p.m. Click OK. Now, if for some reason you had to put in a second time you wanted them to go on, you could do that and overlay that on top of this. And we'll actually get to that with pole lights. So basically that one's done. So I come down here, I turn off this one for disable, I turn the pole lights on, hit the button, make sure it's green. It's still in set, so I hit program again, and so now it's programming just the pole lights. Pole lights we want to come on all 7 days of the week. We want them to come on at 5 a.m. in the morning when Jorge gets here. But if you end up starting your porter later, you can back that off to 7 and go and change that. Alright, so then we click OK. Switch off time. Now this is where you could do two switch off times, because Mark at one point in time had the building lights turning off at 10 p.m. and then as you can see it comes back on to switch on, and then he would have them come back on at 10:20 p.m. and then you'd have them turn off at 11 p.m. and what that allowed for is lights to come on at 10:20 to 11 for when the guys were walking out to their cars, but then the building lights wouldn't be on from 10 to 10:20 so that people would know that we were closed. So again, click OK. Once it comes back to the switch on position, you're basically done. You can run your sign, and then you just want to make sure that everything is enabled and all the green lights are on so that you know that it's loaded. Now this is going based off of the photo cell. If for some reason it's dark outside and it's not tripping the photo cell, you can just click this, and as you can hear that loud audible noise, that was the lights being charged outside. So obviously everything's programmed right because we heard it pop. And of course it's middle of the day, so when I turn the photo cell back on, it turns the lights off. Now if you wanted to go in and review individual things, like let's say I messed up on the time, which I'll probably correct in a little bit. You go into setup to get into the second row or your clock features, making sure that your time is okay, and then you just keep hitting review and it'll take you down through the stuff without changing it, and then once you get to the one you want to change, you can hit clear, and let's say that it's really 3:50 now p.m. We're going to move it 2 minutes ahead. Click OK, and then it's basically done. Now if you want to review the building or the pole, you have to do them individually because it will only show one set of programming at a time. So let's double check the building. Go back into set. The only thing that's enabled is building. We go into program, we hit the review button. As you can see, first day of the week, it's going to turn on at 10 a.m. It's going to turn off at 10 p.m. and then as you can see it's going to the second day. So you could have it individually programmed for different days if you had your porter coming in earlier on the weekend, or if you wanted to open earlier for Black Friday or whatever, you could choose to have that one Friday start early or whatever. But we're not going to mess with the building lights. So let's go back to run and let's double check the other one. And this is where you can see the overlay in the programmer. So we got the pole lights on. We go to set, program review. As you can see, it comes on at 5 a.m. turns off at 10 p.m. and then it turns back on. See how it's still on day one, switch on, so it turns back on at 10:20. Keep reviewing, and it turns off at 11. Then it goes to second day, Tuesday. So as you can see, it's going to turn on and off 4 times for the parking lot lights. That basically is everything you need to know about running the system. You can do more complicated things than that, but you don't have to.